And I actually have a feeling that this rant today might make me a few enemies, but I really don't care because we have to talk about this. It's about the question that we're asking, who is to blame? And I have my answer. And obviously the Gor Mahia management failed Gor Mahia. Kugalo always comes out and supports, the fans always support its team, but the management has let them down. And the reason I'm saying this is because what happened over the weekend is completely unacceptable. If you just look at the pictures that were circulating over the weekend of the players who were actually in the airport and they were actually stranded there sleeping, and it was not something that you are supposed to see. Because the first batch of players actually arrived on Saturday, and then the next batch arrived on Sunday, literally driven to the pitch. And if you can see, the treasurer took a first class business class plane to Morocco days ahead of the game, as if she was going to take to the pitch, and she wasn't. And this is the problem. And Gor Mahia management would like you to blame the Ministry of Sports, but do not be fooled, because Gor Mahia knew about this fixture on the 20th of March when the draw was actually released. They knew they were going to play RS Berkane this weekend. Why didn't they request for those tickets then? Why did they wait till last minute to request for those tickets to actually fly, to actually get the team then? And that is the problem. They should have done it way in advance of time. And on top of that, there's this Kenyan mentality of arriving in Morocco or arriving to a game like the day or the day before. Even if everything went well as planned, they would have arrived in Berkane on Friday, which is just 2 days ahead of the game, which is not enough time. Even Sebastian Minier says that is a problem that he has with this culture, because if you look at Berkane, when they came to Kenya, they actually arrived on Thursday, early morning on Thursday, and they had Thursday the entire day, Friday the entire day, Saturday to test the pitch, and then the game was on Sunday, and you can see the performance showed on the pitch. So that is who we should be playing. To you, Gor Mahia fans, get angry, talk to those management players and to the management and put them on blast and actually demand some answers. And to the Gor Mahia management, as my niece would like to sing, shame, shame, shame on you. A big shame on you.
That is Game of Thrones.
Shame.
Is that shame?
Mike, let's just continue the same conversation just for the former players. Tiso, preparations. How important is having adequate and proper preparation for such a major tournament like the Africa Cup of Nations? We've seen the drama that was the build-up to Gor Mahia's game. How important is proper preparation? Tell us your own experience.
He played for Gor. He can tell us insider information. When you're at Gor Mahia, how did you live from this hand-to-mouth culture? Yani, 22.
Well, it was difficult.
Ama kuna do yako?
Sio, wakona do yangu ndio.
Bas, haya.
But
kaende basi.
No, ile issue moja kubwa pale Gor Mahia that they never learn. Watu wengi sana, we keep on telling them, si ati ni mara moja ama mara mbili. But they never listen, they never learn. 2013 tukicheza na a team from Guinea-Bissau. Bissau, jina linaitwa. Tulitoka hapa Kenya, tukaenda huko, kumbe the match wasn't in the capital city. It was just like when they arrived in Casablanca, then they have to go to Berkane. So to arrive huko Guinea-Bissau, we knew the game would be in the capital city. Tukaambiwa hapana, lazima tuchukue ndege nyingine. Kwanza ilikuwa ndege ilikuwa wasiwasi mbaya. Kwa Wilson Airport yao. Katavema mpaka huko over forest ko Cameroon. Yes, overhead. So the turbulence was ilikuwa noma. We knew that tutakufa huko. But we arrived there the night before the game. Tulikuwa tunaenda kulala actually saa 7 usiku. The game is the next day. The girls of football were with us. Your game at least tulipata draw mzuri na tukawatoa in penalties. Actually, I was the one who scored the winning penalty.
Well done.
And
good stuff.
No, kitu ya kwanza sijafurahia vile wamejintroduce hawa watu. Hao ni watu nilikuwa nikigrow up. I used to draw inspiration from Titus Mulama, Simeon, Kinambani. I know to grow up drawing inspiration from them. Na vile wamejintroduce
under 12. Mike, Captain Shakava is actually calling you. I feel like you should actually pick this call.
Shakava is calling.
There's drama that's happening in Morocco.
Hello, Shakava.
Loudspeaker mic. Put it on loudspeaker.
Talk to me. Yes.
tukatoa 200, hiyo 300 wanatuambia to call sender tena.
Aya, sawa. Hiyo nitamwambia saa hii itafanyika. So I'm actually in studio. I'm actually live on Monday Football. I'm saying I'm actually live on Monday Football. I'm saying I'm actually live on Monday Football. Mukami ameniambia ya Shakava is calling you from Morocco. So I've picked your call. Yes, so unasema actually we are talking about guys, we are talking about the money that they were sent by Sonko, and I think we have that clip, Robaya. Yes, we have something, let's just see it. So Shakava, you're saying you've received the money.
Yeah?
You're saying you've received them. Let me just put you on speaker so that we can hear nicely. You're saying you've received the money, yeah?
Yeah, maybe they were waiting for that 300 videos.
Okay, sawa. So how many players are still there? Have you left?
Then ulikuwa umetumia kada.
Yes, how many players are still there?
Hello?
I'm saying, Shakava, can you hear me? Hello? Shakava, can you hear me?
Let me go to a network, then I'm calling.
Okay, sawa. Call me back when you have good network.
Wow, Mike. You can just draw parallels to what transpired as well when the team went to Cape Verde. Kelly.
Yeah, actually, Kelly, before you go there, we had that shot of Sonko.
Right.
And I think it's something that I'll rope in FIFPro officials first, FIFPro Kenya, before I get to Jacob Kelly. Let's hear from the FIFPro officials. They're here. Is it right for somebody in the caliber of a national leader to say, mimi na sympathize na wachezaji, ndio club management iko, ndio they're supposed to sort ABCD, but hapa sasa mimi nimeona naona wachezaji huruma, mtu amelala anaenda game, wacha niwadunge kakitu inspiration before the game. Jerry.
Thanks, Mike. My name's Jerry Santo, and to clarify, it's not FIFPro officials, it's a KEFO official, Kenya Footballers Welfare Association.
But you're affiliated to FIFPro now,
yeah.
So that's why nasema FIFPro.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think personally, I think that's where our problem is, because it's plastic and kama tuna coat the problem. We don't want to dig into the problem.
What is the problem? Tell us.
The problem, nikijaribu kurelate back, tunaangalia ile siku Gor walinyimwa study. Kila mtu alikuwa na back Gor Mahia.
Yes.
Na tukiangalia the reality, preparations pia hapo walikuwa wamekosea. Mtu wa kufanya early arrangements. But the whole government country ilikuwa nyuma ya Gor Mahia, kumaanisha ule mtu alifanya makosa. We did not pin it out. Unaona? It happened again when they were going to Morocco.
Yes.
Just because the players walilala kwa nini airport, of which tunaweza tukasema ukiangalia the ticket before they boarded the plane, they knew very well they have a transit of 8 hours. I had a chance kuangalia tu kwa net hiyo Qatar Airways iko na flight, iko na connection ya 2 hours, which ni autoki hapa saa 4 unatoka 5. So planning ingekuwa nzuri, hawangetoka hapa saa 4 waende Doha.
Sawa. My question still was, is it morally correct?
It is not correct. Totally not correct.
Yes.
Ni kitu mbaya sana. But how are we dealing with it? That is the question we need to ask ourselves.
Mnyang'anyi kidogo bana. Unajua mzee, tumekuwa kwa hii ball
Yes.
Na hii ball kusema ukweli kuna time unakuwa bitter sana nayo. Utakupatia mfano tu kidogo 1 minute mfano
Yes.
Tulikuwa na JJ Masiga.
True.
JJ Masiga Eastern Central Africa, watu walikuwa wanagopata kuface huyu jamaa. Alikuwa anapiga mabao kutoka katikati ya grau. Tulikuwa tuna induct James Sianga kwa Hall of Fame. Sawa? So everybody stands up na sema mimi nilikuwa coach wakati alicheza, nilikuwa TM wake, nilicheza na yeye. JJ Masiga alisimama akasema mimi ni Dr. JJ. I've never been any one of those things you're calling team manager. I've never been a coach. I will never be any of those things that you're talking about football. Wow. What makes this guy, ambaye was celebrated so much kwa ball ya Kenya and in Africa, have that much bitterness kwa hii sport ambayo alikuwa na so much passion for? Unaona? Sisi tuache kupatia watu ambao care less about ball, tuache kuwapatia hizo mamlaka. Ushaona?
Niambie.
Elections za Gor zimefanyika mara ngapi uongozi the same ikiwapo?
4. Almost 4.
Thank you. The same guy. You want to tell me shida za Gor zimata sahi? Babu akiwa nani wakiwa Mtiso, so sio Babu juu kijana ketu. Mtiso akiwa watu years back.
Yes.
But then school election ikikuja same leadership. Election ikija same leadership. Sawa. Tuache kufikiria tumbo.
Inaitwa tumbo.
Ball watu wale watu wanaingia kwa ofisi hata zile common practices peke yake. Mtu anaona kijana apiga tu ball iko na ngozi nampatiaje 100,000. Unapatiaje mtu 17,000 ball ya Kenya sahi 25,000. Already una define mali unataka ishi kwa hao ya room moja ama bed sitter mali unalipa ngiri 5 abaki na ngiri 12 fare yake ni ngiri 6 kwenda Gatizi akikuja kienda ushaona ngiri 6 plus ngiri 5 11 inabaki 6 anafaa kusosi anakamanzi kanafaa kaende
salon nini
ndolewa sawa na kuna mtu ameingia
Mulamba.
So hawa say ambao wanaongoza boli yetu majority of them care less about mambo ya wachezaji.
So ikifika mahali mtu amejitolea anasema wachezaji na sympathize na nyinyi, chekeni mita mugawane at least urudi na kakitu. Hapo sasa nasema sawa kabisa.
Mimi kwangu kama mimi mchezaji na kutoka from where I sit na feel ni poa. Ni embarrass whoever may employ mchezaji but it's good for the player because at least ndenda home na kakitu. Ushaona? Because mali wako waona kakitu. Si tulala airport tukienda game ya Tunisia na nilipatia nayo mfano kwa forum tofauti. Twenda tulala kwa airport sijui 9 hours mahali Dubai ama mahali tulikuwa hivyo hizo mapicha. Sawa? Wale watu walikuwa wanasimamia hiyo team anytime mkisafiri kama mnaenda Mombasa team wageni walibaia breakfast mnasimama mahali kama barabarani Machako sama mahali Mtito team itawabaia lunch mkifika sawa sisi tukisafiri siku hiyo federation hakuna mtu Michael Koth ndiye alikuwa pro anacheza Europe peke yake hiyo time Michael Koth alitubaia chakula McDonald's $3
haki ya Mungu tena
sawa Gor Mahia wanapiga mapicha kuna kijana anasema hatuna hata kitu ya kukula hapa hatujakula kitu yoyote maji na tunangoja sawa. Okay.
Now, Mulamba, we've had your passion. Let's actually get to hear what the fans are, because I'm seeing on Twitter people are actually going crazy because they also have a lot of views. Let's just take a look at that. We have Jonathan Matund too, who says change the management. I agree wholeheartedly. And that's he says the Gor officials are the ones to blame. They mind themselves more than they mind the players. Exactly what you guys have been talking about this last few minutes. And we have Stanlas K26. He says the management is to blame, of course. Players are the main stakeholders in any football setup. But having officials minding themselves at the expense of players, that's unacceptable. Are they still in office, by the way? They should have resigned already. So we should even bring them here, Mike. We should bring them here and like sit them down and get them.
If they'll agree to come, yeah.
We have at Humphrey who says management is to be blamed and we don't expect this anymore. Let it be a lesson. But how many times will we be learning the same lesson? At Manali_Eugene says there are two teams to blame. First are the officials. Early arrangement could have been made out to handle this. Second, the government, it released the money very late. Isije ikafanyika, he's testing me. Isije ikafanyika for national team naomba.
Yeah. Don, there's something there with Jacob Kelly. Jacob Kelly has been burning to say something.
Jacob, it's almost a clear example of same script, different cast. Same thing happened to you guys when you're going to Cape Verde.
Yes, it was, my full name is Jacob Kelly Mutunge. I'm a striker, and the last time I played for Kenya was against Zanzibar in... Tulie.
Mwambie atulie.
Tulie.
Wewe ndio kuna time yako. Ndio hiyo sasa.
So, the burning issue, the story in your management.
Put the microphone to your face.
The burning issue, or the elephant in the room, the story now, like what happened to Gor, is the same thing it happened to us when we traveled to Cape Verde. What Gor Mahia doesn't have right now is a logistics manager. You send someone a couple of weeks or days to organize hotels, somewhere to train, you know, the food and everything. But you can't have a scenario where you don't know where you're going, the tickets, where you're going to connect. When we were going to Cape Verde, we went to Cape Verde through Wilson Airport. Ndege ya propeller. Ndege mwisho imefika ni Mogadishu.
Kakapita Congo Forest.
Propeller. Tukasimama Kano Plains. Tunaambia tushuke kwa ndege tutapigwa risasi. Dead of the night. Tulienda na 23 hours. No food, no nothing. I remember I tweeted 23 hours eating biscuits and juice. You remember?
Yes.
It really got me into problems that
It was the truth.
It was the truth.
Right.
ile juice ndogo ya Del Monte na biscuit ile ya 5 bob ile unabaya mtoi wako.
Yeah.
Imagine international tukifika Cape Verde, we landed around 4 p.m. The airport is adjacent to the pitch. We could see the opponent warming up. Na ndo tunaland. Njaa. Njaa ilikuwa no.
Wait. Munapita na ndege ukichungulia hivi dirisha chini.
Ukichungulia the stadium, you see the opponent warming up. The ground was filled up. Seriously. So now the captain Wanyama akakataa akasema tu njaa. Haiwezi asijui ni Uluya. No, that hunger was like massive. Njaa, unajua kula 23 hours biscuits and juice. So game ikabidi kuwe postponed for an hour. Twende tukule rice, tena ndo twende uwanja. So unaona, but hizo zili change na hii federation side by the good job for the federation. I actually know the logistics manager. Even the Ghana game, he went like 3 days ahead. Cause kusikwe na vitu kama hizi. Hiyo story ya Gor ni airport. Hizi vitu za kitambo bana. Sign 29, it was so shameful. Believe me, even people who don't play football, it pained them to see those pictures. It was really sad.
Yeah. Now, Jacob Kelly, actually, you are the striker.
Yes.
Now we have this Monday football challenge.
Bernard,
Abu, take us through. What happens here? He said he's the striker. Tell him how this works.
Right, of course, it's been a heavy past 40 minutes or so. Let's just lighten things up a bit. And what is going to happen next is the Monday Football Challenge. And basically, you can just follow me, Kelly. You are a striker, so I'm sure you're used to being in such a position. And basically, Monday Football Challenge, you can see the different tiers. There's the lower tier, where you have 200 Kenya shillings. You're supposed to score. And then, just a moment, this is a...
No.
Just a moment. Of course, we're having a phone call. That was Shakava just trying to reach us regarding what transpired for the Gor Mahia team. But Kelly, basically, Mike,
Mike.
That's Shakava?
Yes, Captain.
Just a moment. We'll just listen to what Shakava has to say.
Yes, nauliza mmepata marupurupu yenu?
Nimepata 200,000. Nimeenda na wachezaji kadhaa nikaangalia tukatoa 200,000. Hiyo 300 wanasema bado sijui iko na complication gani.
Haya, sawa. Hiyo complication at least Sonko anasikia. Tuko live on air saa hizi. So tuko na maformer players hapo wanasema poleni sana for the debacle. Msijani itakuwa poa. Anasema at least nyinyi mlisosi. Jacob Kelly anasema wao kuna biskuti na soda.
23 hours.
23 hours.
Nilikuwa hiyo trip na yeye huko Cape Verde.
Sasa wewe ni mara mbili imekuchapa. Shakava. Hii ndio nimekupiga mara mbili sasa.
Hiyo ndio maisha
Hey, pole sana. Hebu tuambie tu an update Kenyans want to know an update tu. Nani yako bado Berkane, nani ashatoka na mnafika lini?
Okay, ile first lot ile 7 players ndio wametoka. Wale wenye walifika mapema. Sasa sio tulikuja like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Before.
Okay, so
wale
so mnakutana wote wapi? Casablanca ama mnakutana Doha?
Wengine kuna wenye wana travel na sisi bado tuko huku Morocco. Kuna washaenda. Walitoka asubuhi na gari.
Wanaenda Casablanca?
Tena tuende Casablanca to connect hadi Qatar.
Yes.
Then back home.
So home mnafika Thursday ama mnafika Wednesday? Thursday.
Yeah.
Na bado mko na game ya league weekend. Homeboys.
Tuko na Homeboys Kamega ya.
Yaani mnalanda kama mmeenda Kakamega. Mshike tu ndege ya Kisumu basi. So niambie nimepewa swali moja hapa nimeambiwa uliza Shakava swali moja. What exactly at what time mlifika study saa ngapi kabla game? How many minutes before kick-off mlifika study?
Tulifika study. Sisi tulitoka kwa gari, vile tulitoka kwa kitu saa 7, ilikuwa like 7 hours up to kwa uwanja.
Yes.
Yeah, tukafika study. Sisi hatukwenda hata kwa hoteli, tulienda direct to the stadium kutoka huko.
How many hours before kick-off?
Haikuwa like hours. Tulioga, tulikuwa like 30 minutes. Tulioga tu then tukaambiwa tuka stretch kidogo. Ndio tukaenda kwa home. Ndio wengine walikuwa kwa hotel wakatujoin.
We, poleni sana Shakava. Anyway, wacha tumalize show. Sisi tunataka kupigia after show. We'll chase up on the rest of the money where it is. You should be having it before you leave Berkane. But good job. 5-1 with those conditions. Maybe watu nasema good job you guys did. So we'll talk after the show. Sawa?
Okay, but una clarify watu, maybe watu resident tunaongea kuhusu hizo stories za team ama nini, una clarify tu hiyo ilikuwa maybe unanipigia kuhusu stories za dojo kunifuatilia.
Yes, I'll clarify that. No problem. Okay.
Yeah, I think this fiasco ya Gor Mahia kidogo tunaenda kuongelea.
Yes.
Kwanza.
Na usiongee kama mtu wa FC.
No, I'm not talking as
we are the majority here.
No, I'm not talking.
Yeah.
One thing.
Yes.
Tujue kwamba we have to understand that kuna hizo logistics, yeah?
Yes.
I think the first thing Gor Mahia could have done was to cancel their match against Bandari.
Aha. The Wednesday game.
The Wednesday game.
Yes.
There's no way they could have played the match on Wednesday. Then they come back to Nairobi, and then they decide that they want to travel to Morocco. I've been to those North African countries on several occasions.
Yes.
Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco.
Yes.
It's always tricky traveling to those countries, yeah? Because we do not have a direct flight from Nairobi to Morocco.
Yes.
That's the first thing. The only connection flights that we have is either in Qatar or you go to Chad. And when you go to Chad, you'll have to wait for 11 hours to connect. When you go to Dubai, to Qatar, there's around 8 hours
yes.
for waiting for next connection flight. So the first thing we could have done here, the first thing we should be talking about is the federation. They could also have done what? They could also have helped Gor Mahia. The KPL, they could also have cancelled the Gor Mahia match against Bandari. Then if the only way they could have left and reached on time, maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay?
Yes.
And now let's come to the issue. The major issue hapa pia ilikuwa ni guys at players in the airport.
Yes.
Mike, you have traveled.
Yes.
I think you have met so many people, so many clubs in airports. Yeah? This is a connection flight of 2 hours.
Hata mimi ulala.
Hata ulala.
Yes. Najua mahali unaenda na kuona mahali unaenda.
Yeah.
But ambani.
No, wait.
It is okay. I know what you're saying. It is okay. People sleep on the floor and everything else. But is it on the eve of the game?
No, it's not on the. Now that's where we are going back to.
Yes.
The match against Bandari could have been cancelled.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I get
but
you.
But now the issue, what to rest at. I'm resting. Yeah, definitely people rest.
Yes.
Because you have 5 hours.
Yes.
You have 5 hours connection flight.
Yes.
You try to imagine you do not have a transit visa.
Yeah.
In the first place. So there's no way you can even leave the airport.
Yeah.
Even if you leave the airport right now, for example, you are on a stopover in Nairobi for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Then you want to leave from the airport to town. How long is it going to take you from the airport to town? And then back again.
To the
you want to go and sleep. Yeah?
So basically, your idea is the federation should have worked better
exactly.
with Gor Mahia. Cancel the game,
better,
leave on Tuesday,
and Gor Mahia.
get there Thursday.